this for the past 2 days. I just haven't been in the mood to get out of the house or brush my hair or anything like that, even though I have a lot of UGC content that I have to film. So today I thought I would do something kind of different and do a little behind the scenes. It's around 6:30 p.m. right now. I'm gonna take a shower and then I'm gonna start getting ready and motivating myself to shoot at least one UGC video today, because I've been like really focused on editing my first YouTube video and I've been working a lot on my art, but I am feeling a little like dusty and loopy wearing like the same clothes for the past 2 days. So I'm like a firm believer that if the creative motivation isn't there, the content is gonna suffer. And for my UGC content, obviously I get paid for it, so I wouldn't want to lose a client because I'm not performing my best. So I think that for the rest of the night, I'm just gonna keep working on framing the rest of my artworks that I've already finished so I don't get like dirty and paint on me again. And then I'm gonna try to take some pictures in the low light so I could submit them to a couple of galleries I had in mind, just because during the day the glare on the frames kind of ruins everything. So I think that's the plan for the rest of the night. So today's the next day, today's Saturday, and I decided to still get out of the house even though it's so crowded everywhere. But I'm here in the Marshall's parking lot because I had to take content for Sammy Ryan, and it's so awkward because when you're around people your age, I feel like kind of like dismiss it now, like culturally. It sounds so ridiculous to say, but when you see someone taking a picture out in public, like you don't think twice about it. But older people always even like stop to stare, and I still get really awkward about it, and it translates into like the videos or pictures, and then you just have to like do the work all over again. So I decided, I took the pictures already, I got some good ones, and now I'm gonna head to Marshall's and see if I could find any like cute, cheap things to boost my serotonin, because I don't know, I feel like so anxious now. I even got the car and I drove it to another floor. It's silly, but hopefully this is something that I'll get over as I continue to do my UGC work. But I am in the car. Before I go in Marshall's, I'm just gonna take some like deep breaths, try to get to like a baseline, and then go out into the world. And then just to share, like something that really helps me with my anxiety is this ring. It's one of those like rings that you put on and you can kind of like spin them. This is like a knockoff Cartier one, so I just like spin this all over my finger as I'm walking, and it kind of like takes my mind off of like the anxious thoughts of I'd rather be home. So I wanted to share some of the things that I found. I found this shirt for winter now. I've been wanting a shirt like this. I've been wanting to stop wearing so much like white and black and incorporate more like tan neutral colors. I've also been growing my nails out, but all of these decided to break and I've been biting them like I have for my whole life. So I got a pretty neutral color that I'm gonna paint them. But in any case that they don't come out nice and that's gonna make me want to like chip the nail polish off, I did find this cute press-on set for $4, so why not? And then this is something that I wanted to try a couple of years ago, and I kind of got over it because I've been just putting on like lip tint and that makes my lips look nice. But it's the Too Faced lip injection. It's supposed to make your lips plump. We shall see. And then for some self-care that I'm gonna do when I get home now, before this date that I have, I got just some face masks and some under eye masks. They were both $3, and like, look how many come in here. And then finally, I've been wanting to try this brand that I've seen at Ulta, and I was so excited to find it. It's Nature Lab Tokyo, just the shampoo and conditioner because I needed some. They were both $6. I didn't even smell them. What if they don't smell good? Oh my god. So it's like a very fragrant perfume. Yeah. Interesting. Not really the scents that I gravitate towards, but we'll see what happens. So this is the background where I shot my first YouTube video, and I liked it. It was, you know, very the vibe of just like the torso shot, blurred background talking, but I kind of feel like it wasn't me enough. Like, it was a good intro video, but I kind of want to do something more artistic. Speaking of artistic, actually, the painting that was in the last video, I'm not done by any means, but I added to it, added a little moon reflection, and I'm doing some waves with like ocean mist. And then I still have to fix this. It was supposed to be like glaciers, but I need to kind of like reflect the sunset onto what would be the ice. Anyway, back to my ideas. So I was thinking of doing my second YouTube video, like, that is referring back to chronic dissatisfaction. I was thinking of doing something more moody, dim lights, and if you know me, you know that I love like a good mood light, so like a dark purple, reds, and I ended up buying this sunset lamp. So I think that what I'm gonna do is just like really close-up shots of myself kind of reading some of the poems, and then at the end I could move this and kind of sit here with the light, because it has a really cool orb effect, and then I can kind of explain them and talk about them a little bit more. So the editing process for the first video is actually coming along pretty well. So I'm just testing the lighting and getting some shots to see if this is the vibe for the second video, where I'm gonna touch on some of my poems in the book and some topics that I've been thinking about when it comes to relationships again. And it's one of those moments where I've been pushing these thoughts down because social media, at least my TikTok algorithm, shows me a lot of like trauma cycling, and it's something that I don't really identify with, especially because I feel like all of my relationships have been so drastically different from one another. But recently I have caught myself in a cycle with the same person, and I was, you know, as I spoke in my last video regarding chronic dissatisfaction, some of those poems are about them, and revisiting those poems, I still felt that way about them, as if there's always been like a lack, and I've tried to overcompensate, I guess, and it has taken me out of myself, and I feel spread very thin. I feel like my relationships, regardless if they're romantic or not, shouldn't take up so much space in my brain to the point that I am lying in bed thinking about something for 2 hours, or I feel so drained but I haven't done anything. So again, reiterating the narrative that has been happening in my life is that today I did a separate blog that I'm gonna wow. I did a separate blog that I'm gonna upload regarding today that I could link in the bio of this video, of how I've been feeling like the beginning of a depression, and I still managed to get out of the house today, sign up for a gym. Yeah, and it's the end of the year again. The end of last year was not great, and I don't want to replicate that by any means. So, yeah.